Hare Krishna. Act as if you make a difference. It does. William James. When we confront the big world around us and see the many things wrong in it, sometimes we feel inspired that we should do something to make a change, to make a difference. But then another thought comes in the mind. I am such a tiny, insignificant human being. One tiny person among millions and billions. What difference can I possibly make? If such thinking breeds humility, it is good. If such thinking breeds apathy or lethargy, then it is bad. We have to understand that every one of us is a conscious agent, and every one of us can make a difference. If we think that we cannot make a difference, if we give ourselves up to apathy and lethargy, then we will never be able to make any difference. So if we just act with the confidence, with the conviction, with the courage that we can make a difference, then that action itself becomes the beginning, the seed for transformation. It becomes the driving force. And just the positive energy that we bring into an activity, that itself becomes the driving force which makes a difference. At the very least, our attitude about whether we can make a difference or not, that's going to make a difference to ourselves. Whether we stay lethargic or we become active, whether we become responsible. More importantly, if we look at the history of the world, whenever any changes have happened, those changes have happened with them beginning with one person. Any reformation, any revolution that has happened, it began with one person. That one person influenced a small group of people around them. And then they influenced others. Till eventually, the thought that began with one person spread to millions. So the only thing that has made a difference ever is one person thinking that they can make a difference. It is also true, of course, that every person who thinks I can make a difference may not actually make a difference. Some people become famous agents of change, reformers or revolutionaries. Some people live and die as unsung heroes. But still, at least for them, their conviction that they can make a difference, that made a difference to their lives, to the zeal, the energy that they brought into their lives. If suddenly we find when we are in a room, the power goes off. And the power has gone not just off in the room, it has gone off in the whole city. Then we don't have the power to turn on the power in the entire city. But we do have the power to take out our own phones and turn on the flashlight therein. Now, the flashlight cannot replace the room lights or the street lights, but the flashlight shows us one step ahead. It illumines the immediate vicinity around us. And maybe seeing us light our flashlight, others also feel inspired. Yeah, I also have flashlight. Let me turn it on. So our light can inspire others, our light can encourage others, can assist others. If they don't know where exactly they kept their phone, our light can even show them their phone. So the point is, if a number of people start turning on their flashlights, then even in the darkness, there can be a beautiful sight of many lights illumining people along the way. Thus, the important thing is that when there are big problems, small changes can make small differences. But even those differences do matter. And from a spiritual perspective, all of us are parts of the whole. We are parts of God, Krishna. And making a difference in this world is so important for God that He Himself descends from the spiritual world to this world, time and time, again and again, to make a difference, to re-establish moral and spiritual order, to ensure that people have before them delineated a path by which they can make a difference. And to the extent we become agents of the Supreme, working in harmony with Him, striving in a mood of loving devotion to Him, then His supreme power channels through us and empowers us to do things which we would have earlier thought of as impossible, to do things which make a far greater difference than what we could have thought possible before we started off. And that's why the thought or the act that we can make a difference, it is not just rooted in some sentiment, nor is it just a matter of positive thinking alone. It is actually grounded in philosophical reality, in spiritual reality. God often changes people in this world through the people in this world. That means He expects and intends each one of us to become an agent of change. And the most foundational change that can actually make a change, the difference that can really make a difference, is the difference in consciousness. As long as people are driven by their self-centered, short-sighted, often self-defeating desires, and they cause harm to themselves and they cause harm to others. But the connection with God helps them to light the light within themselves. And with this inner light, they can actually understand which is their higher side, which needs to be brought out, and which is their lower side, what are their lower desires that need to be pushed aside. In this way, when people get their inner light to bring out their best, then every such individual can make a significant difference. And further, such people can share their light, inspire others to illumine their inner landscape, and also become agents of change internally and externally. Thank you. Hare Krishna.